असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो
सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Good evening. Today I am not going to take up any quote. The session is coming to an end. We have holidays after this session. The next session will commence only in the month of June. Admissions will be there in the month of May. So I request you all to make good use of your time. I've already told you, you should apply yourselves to book reading. You must cultivate the habit of book reading. Certain habits we need to cultivate, we need to make. Among all the habits that we can make at this age, in my opinion, book reading is the best habit that we can, try. It helps you in so many ways. It helps you to improve your language skill. It helps you to gain right ideas. It helps you in shaping your personality and building your character. And also, it is the best and very cheap entertainment. Cheapest. All other entertainments are costly. You have to invest the money. And investment in knowledge is the best investment. You may not understand now. When there is Saraswati, Mother Lakshmi comes. Saraswati and Lakshmi, they go together. Saraswati, goddess of knowledge. Who is Lakshmi? Goddess of wealth. When goddess of knowledge is there with you, goddess of wealth also will reside with you, will stay with you. If there is no goddess of knowledge, only Lakshmi has come, let us say, goddess of wealth. She will not stay with you for long. She will desert you. She will go away from you. Okay? And also, it's not easy to handle wealth, as I already mentioned. Many times I have told you, without actually knowledge. Power and money can be digested. We can handle them to our advantage only when we have knowledge and character. So investment in knowledge actually is the best investment. So book reading is a must for you. And also, as I have mentioned before, you must learn the language from usage. I don't know whether you have gotten the point or not. You must learn the language from usage. Not that we make sentences on our own. Ideas are already expressed, right? There is enough writing has happened, enough speaking has happened in that language, enough number of people have communicated in that language. Yes or no? Hello? Are you with me? Yes, right? So already ideas are expressed in that language. You just read and pick up the language as language. What is the problem in owning it? Not enough has been expressed, not enough has been spoken in that language. So I have to create sentences. It's not like that. There are plenty of literature available, right? You just read books and how the ideas are expressed, you observe and pick up the language as it is. But most of the students who are coming from rural areas and who are coming from regional language backgrounds, what they tend to do is they make sentences on their own, learning grammar. Then you will have fear always that whether I am speaking correct English or not. Okay, language must flow like Tailadharavat. In Sanskrit, there is a phrase, Tailadharavat. When you pour oil from one vessel to another vessel, how the oil will fall? It will like a continuous stream. Yes? When you pour oil from one bowl into another bowl, how the oil will pour into. Like that, the language should flow from you. That will happen when you apply yourselves to book reading. You know, Britishers actually have left this language for us, right? It's not our language. British ruled us for how many years? Hello? Yeah, nearly 200 years. Prolonged period. So their language, they left it with us. Because India itself has so many languages, we have adopted a kind of link language, lingua franca. If you just cross this 200 kilometer, 150 kilometer, not even 200, you just cross Vikarabad, Tandu, then Karnataka, a different language. You go a little north, Maharashtra, different language. Right, 200 kilometers you go, you have a different state. The language is totally different. You can't make head or tail of that language. Right? In India itself, actually, we needed a connecting language, link language, lingua franca. And so we have retained this. And this has become a blessing in disguise now for us. So many people, actually, Indians, we have gone to countries like America, Canada, Australia, Britain, no language problem. There are other people, Europeans, migrating to these countries. How much of struggle? Chinese are migrating, they are going to America. How much of struggle? They have to learn almost from ABCD. For this reason, in Europe and in China also, now they have started teaching English from childhood, from LKG. Because today world needed a connecting language after the advent of internet. Not just, a single country. Other countries like China and Japan, Korea, there is only one language. India is so diverse and so rich even in terms of languages. We have 6,000 languages around, I believe. 6,000 languages. There is no other country which is as diverse and as rich in languages as India is. Okay. And also those languages have got script. So much of literature has happened in those languages. So much of thought has happened. So many books have been printed in those languages. Language is not just like a tribal dialect where there is no script. For example, Telugu, here, mother tongue of this people of this part, how much of literature has come into that? For that reason, in every Indian languages, already so many books have been published because they are old languages. So this language, English, has become kind of connecting language, and we needed it. We have written it. It's a blessing in disguise. Okay, right? So the best way to learn to pick up language is through books. In the beginning, you find it a little difficult. You need to have patience. But once you fall in love with books, then nothing like that. You will become unstoppable. You will be enriching your knowledge, language skill, and also ideas. It will help you to shape your personality also. Wealth will come afterwards. Don't be in a hurry for money. Money will come to you. Have knowledge, have language. So don't waste time in summer. Okay? Come to books. Regularly, you must read something. Even we are struggling, to keep it up. If you don't do this exercise of brain in the form of reading of books, what happens? The brain becomes blunter. Knife. If you don't use knife, what happens? Regularly, if you don't use knife, what happens? It becomes blunter, right? The same way, similarly, our minds, our brains also tend to become blunt if you don't use them. When you read a book, actually, you don't understand it just like that, right? You have to exercise your brains to understand the concepts that are there, ideas that are there. A brain exercise is taking place. Just as we need exercise for physical body, we need exercise to our mind also. The greater the exercise that you can do of this mind, the sharper the intellect becomes. మనం ఎంత బ్రెయిన్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేస్తే ఇంటెలెక్ట్ అంత షార్ప్ అవుతుంది, అంత వన్ పాయింటెడ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ దట్ you cultivate this habit of book reading. In the beginning, you find it a little difficult, little patience is required, but hold on and things will happen. You get the point? Hello? చదువుతారా మరి పుస్తకాలు? Thank you. Nice evening.